What's up, y'all? So this is not my traditional episode. This is me just coming on the fly, just to kind of tell you what's on my heart. Don't mind how I look. It is what it is. First of all, this is like, it's a little bit hard for me because I'm not a person that likes to be transparent in a whole lot of my stuff. I'll tell y'all some stuff, but not everything. But lately, I've been having some, I guess you can say anxiety or whatever, surrounding a whole lot of things in my life. And one of the biggest right now has been this women's conference. I'm a very type A person. I like to have things planned out. I like to be in control of a lot of spaces and places, that I have my hands on. I like to put my hands on stuff, and God be like, whatever. And he be working on me. But first of all, I just want to start off by saying, anytime that God has you or puts you in a place where he needs you to do something and to be obedient in that space, something always gonna come against you because the enemy don't want you to do it. And I knew that going in. I really did. I knew it going in. I said, as soon as I already know. So I prayed about it even before I announced it to y'all. Like, I prayed about it. I said, God, whatever the enemy is gonna put up against me, whatever he's gonna do, just give me the strength to get through it and push through it and go through with it anyway, because you told me to do it, and I said I was gonna be obedient, and this is what it is, because I want to be like I always say I want to be like Esther. For God I live and for God I die. And that's is so much easier said than done, and I know that. So I said, God, whatever he gonna put against me, just prepare me for it and let me be ready and let me push through it. I lie to y'all not. It has not been, I don't think it's been a month since I announced it to y'all that I was going to put together this women's conference in September. When I tell y'all, every week, if it's not 3 or 4 things that get slapped on me, I'm not telling y'all no lie. It's been rough for me. And starting off, I'm like, hey, this is what it is. I already knew what's going to happen. We just going to have to push through it. We're going to get through it or whatever, And me, when things happen physically, it's like, okay, this is what it is. And I'm just going to have to, burrow through it and push through it. And this, we're going to have to figure it out. But when the enemy starts to know that those physical things can't get to you, he starts to attack your mind. And I knew that too. And I was going, and I felt like I was on fire. And some days I was just like, this is going to be hard, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to push through it. The other day I was talking to my sister, about the conference, and telling her like, this is what's been happening. But I know when God places something on your heart and when he says, this is what it is, there's always going to be something that comes against you. But listen, every time you come, devil, I'm going to be ready. And I was talking junk. I mean junk. I was talking junk. Like, because when he does that, I get mad. I was saying that. I get mad when you do that, But when I get mad, that's what really pushes me, like, bro, you ain't gonna get me. And I was talking mad talk. I'm not playing. I was talking. I legit feel like every time I be talking like I'm about something, which I am. But listen, every time I'm talking, I'm really talking. I'm really boosting. I'm really encouraging. And I'm on my stuff. That would be like, oh, word? And then he'd be like, hey, God, can I? You know how he did Job? And I be praying, God, please don't do me like Job. But I be feeling like that when I be talking my talk, and he be like, "Hey, let me test her though. Let me get to her. Let me see if I can get to her." And I be like, "All right." But at the same time, he be knowing he ain't gonna get me because God already got my back, you know. But it don't be in my head like that. Anyway, y'all, and, and the next day, yesterday, I don't know. I was like out of it, like really just out of it. I don't know what it was, but I tried to snap myself out of it. Like, um, I worked in the morning, and then I dropped off some order or whatever, and dropped off something to my husband. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to really snap out of it, y'all. Sorry, that's my water heater, but I was like, I gotta snap out of this, you know. So I took my kids out to eat. We went to get Mexican because I love tacos. Okay, so we went to get Mexican, and then let me see if that's too loud. I guess it's not that bad, but I'm just trying to speak up a little bit. Okay, so we went to get Mexican, and then we went to go see Inside Out 2. And I've been hearing things about Inside Out 2, but I like Inside Out. I mean, it teaches you about your feelings or whatever. I seen Inside Out 2, yo. I was trying not to cry in there. Matter of fact, I did cry, but I was trying to hold it back a little bit so my kids wouldn't see. What's wrong with you? But we saw Inside Out 2. It was so good. I feel like it was so good. And I was okay, but I was still irritated. Like something in me was just so irritated. It was so heavy. And my chest has been hurt for like the past 3 nights. And I'm just like, okay, what? You know, sometimes it happens, but I know when it be happening. I be like way down sometimes, and I just keep it all in and don't say nothing because I'm a really private person, because I feel like I'm expected to be strong, you know, to so many people and to my kids. And, you know, I like to keep it in to a certain extent. If I feel like I really, really need to say something, then I will. But I don't like speaking it out because I don't like putting nothing in the air, and I don't like the enemy hearing me. But it was way down on me. And when I got home, y'all, I couldn't hold it. I like literally had to hurry up and go grab my stuff. I have like a shower in my room, so that's not a bath. So I said, okay, let me get myself together. I'm just gonna go take a bath. I got myself ready for the bath. I went upstairs to my kids' bathroom and went in there. I said, I'm gonna take a bath. I lit my candle and put some lavender spray around. I said, okay, I just need to relax. You know, maybe, you know, I'm just stressed. I just need to relax. Y'all, it wasn't 2 minutes into when I got in that bathtub, I started bawling, boo-hooing, hence the puffy eyes. I couldn't control it. And sometimes you need that cry. You know, I had that little cry, and I'd be like, after, boss up, you know. But this, I could not control it. It just kept coming and coming and coming to the point where I'm like, not dry heaving, but really, what is it, hyperventilating? I stuck my head between my legs trying to catch my breath, but I'm still boo-hoo crying. And then all of these thoughts came in like a whole waterfall. I'm not playing. And telling me they don't need you, and they'll be all right with you. And, you know, who are you to do that? I mean, y'all, it was so much. It was so much. I'm a strong person. I like to believe that I am. All these thoughts coming in, and I'm pushing back in my mind, still crying, but not really. You know how you be in the zone so much you can't hear nothing around you? I'm fighting back in my mind like, no, yes they do. I can do it. God is with me, all these things. And I'm trying to push back, but it got so heavy to the point I couldn't hear nothing but that. And I'm just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. And then I hear something say, you know, get up. So I got up, I let the water out the bath, and I turned on the shower. The shower was so hot. I don't know why I did that. Turned on the shower. Did not help. I'm still crying. Dropped down to my knees, still crying, and all I hear is still so much. But then in the midst of all of that coming in, I'm on my knees now at this point, balled up. Can't barely breathe because I'm so hot. And then I tend to pass out when I get hot, so I know I'm about to pass out. Couldn't get up. And then I hear something say, if you don't get up, you gonna die here. And it said, get up. And me just letting the thoughts still come in, I'm just sitting there for a minute. And I'm crying so bad. And I'm trying to still hold my crying because I didn't want nobody to hear me. My brother right outside the door in a deep sleep. I knew he won't get up. But I just laid there. I couldn't get up. And then it kept saying, get up. Get up. Get up. And I'm just still saying that. Still sitting there. And then finally, some said, turn the water off. So I waited like 2 seconds, almost passed out at this point. I reach out, I turn the water off. As soon as I turn the water off, I feel like a rush of cold because I was so hot, y'all. And I started to catch my breath. And then immediately after, I felt shame. And it was so heavy. Because I'm like, why would you even lay there? Why did you sit there? And you know all those thoughts were untrue. God did not tell you to do this if you couldn't do it, if he won't gonna be with you through it, if he didn't feel like you were it to do it and we're gonna bring it to fruition. And it's like sometimes you know that in your mind, but your actions don't be following it. You know, and then even when you know it, the enemy is gonna always he's gonna feed you lies contrary to what God has already told you and contrary to who you are. What do you mean that nobody needs me? Like, I got 5 babies and a husband that I know need me. Even if don't nobody else need me, I know they need me, and I know they would be all right without me. But at the same time, if y'all see my babies and y'all see my husband, you already know that's a lie. So it's like when the enemy be telling you things that are like, come on, you believe that? And you can't never realize it when you're in it because you're so weighed down. But after the fact, I was like, I can't believe I just sat there and let him feed me all of that. But the feeling of a lie can get so strong, y'all. It really can. But the Spirit of God is so heavy. It was so heavy on me. If I won't naturally calling, Jesus every day, or if I won't in it, then I probably would have laid down and let myself do whatever the case may be. But you got to stay prayed up. You really do. And you got to believe that your calling is bigger than any obstacle that the enemy is going to put in your way. He's going to send you lies. You got to weather the storm. And if opposition is coming up against you, baby, it just meaning if opposition like that is coming against you, it just meaning, girl, you better keep pushing because you're doing something right. And following God is not easy. Following God does not mean that everything is going to just be like, oh my God, and you just going easy. He never said it was going to be easy. He said, I'm going to be with you through it. And I always say, like, God, you just move it aside and let the enemy jab me. But you got to accept what he allows, because in those trials and in those tests is when you're going to get stronger, and your faith is going to get stronger, and your experiences are going to teach you, you can't do this by yourself, but I got you. And you better know I got you. So even if he is linked to the side a little bit and let him lean your tail, you got to stay in the fight. And you just got to keep pushing and trust God that he going to save you every time, even if you do get a little low. But I just had to share that because I don't know if it's just me or if I know somebody out there. I know one of y'all that he's called y'all to do something and y'all like, I don't know if I can do this. This is me in that mess encouraging you to please keep pushing, because the enemy don't want us to get to somebody. He don't want us to get to somebody, and he don't want us to get to a lot of people. But if you just keep pushing, you're gonna get to them people, and they need God just as much as you need him, and just as much as I need him. So yeah, that's my little rant this morning, and I just want to encourage you. Just keep praying, okay? Stay prayed up. And another thing that I wanted to say is, I was so ashamed last night. I didn't want to say nothing to nobody, but at the same time, I know I needed some backup. And I didn't want backup from nobody that was around me, because I didn't want them to know that I just allowed that, or I felt like I allowed it. But I didn't want nobody to know that I had got to that point around me, because I feel like I'm always, seem to be strong and seem to be the one that gives faith when you need it and to push you when you need it. But I be getting low, y'all. I really do. But I still believe and I still have faith. And that's just me being human. We all human. We all have human emotions, and they're going to come. But the thing is, are you going to get up from there and kind of push through, and what you going to get, after? But I knew I needed somebody, and I didn't want nobody around me, so I texted the leader of my e-group that I be going to, and I let her know. I said, yo, I know I'm private, but at the same time, I don't want nobody in my circle to know what's going on right now. But if you could just pray for me, and baby, she did, and I felt that thing. But community is so important. Even if you don't want to share share something within your immediate circle, if you got somebody that you know is in God, and even if they in your church, but be mindful of who you speak to. I know my girl is private, so, but even though I'm saying it publicly now, but hey, it is what it is. Just get some community, somebody that's rooting for you, and somebody that will push for you, and somebody that will intercede for you. Community is so important, okay? That's what it is today. I have another podcast episode coming up. I'm still working on it, but this is what I have for y'all today, and I'm praying that it blesses somebody and it pushes somebody. And even if it don't, I'm telling you, if it ever comes to a time where God is telling you this, or he's leading you somewhere, and you get an opposition from the enemy, and you don't know if you can do it, keep pushing, please, because there's greater purpose. Like, put yourself aside. Right now, I'm putting myself aside, because I don't even want to be up here right now. I'm putting myself aside to push you. Please keep going. Until next time, y'all. If y'all have not gotten y'all ticket to the women's conference, please check out my website, www.healedfree.com. Click on the menu tab, and it's going to be entitled Woman, It's Time. Click on that, and you can register there, get your ticket. I hope to see y'all there.